This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
Today's video is brought to you by Athletic Greens. In just a moment, I'm going to talk about an offer exclusive to you and my audience that I think will benefit you as it absolutely has me. Before I get to that, though, let's talk a little bit about Tucker Carlson again. Tucker Carlson had Kyle Rittenhouse on his show last night, the acquitted killer, Kyle Rittenhouse. Tucker Carlson has been a purveyor of the most toxic and dangerous elements of our society for a long time, including white supremacy, Donald Trump's dangerous anti-immigration agenda, toxic masculinity, just the worst. If you have a position that is reasonable and decent and empathetic, you can be sure that Tucker Carlson holds the exact diametrically opposed position. And the same could be said of his trumpeting, amplifying the message of Kyle Rittenhouse, who is now on the media circuit trying to drum up money to support some cause to hold the media accountable. Dumb Kyle Rittenhouse, alarmingly stupid Kyle Rittenhouse, is now going to hold the media accountable. And they talk a little bit about it. Before I get to that, before we play the clip, which is just bananas, a word from today's sponsor, Athletic Greens. As many of you know, we recently moved from Southern California to Washington, D.C. And though moving presents numerous inconveniences, the transition also affords some benefits. A new place allows you to more easily start a new routine, for instance. And putting everything that you own into boxes offers you a real chance to see what you have and rid yourself of things that you don't need. My new routine since we arrived here in DC is AG1 by Athletic Greens. AG1 is a daily supplement designed to reinforce digestion, immune system health, energy, and recovery. AG1 also serves to fill nutritional gaps in your diet. Just one scoop or travel pack with 8 ounces of water every day. It is so easy. So easy, in fact, that I'm able to do it right here on camera. You take the little scoop. So I don't have to pour water on screen. Put the 8 ounces of water in. You put the lid on, obviously, otherwise you're going to make a mess. You shake it, it dissolves, and you drink it once a day. AG1 has allowed me to toss out a cabinet full of random and likely expired vitamins and supplements I was no good at taking anyway. Head to athleticgreens.com/Dollemore and give AG1 a try. Using my code, Athletic Greens will give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. With over 75 vitamins, minerals, superfoods, and adaptogens, AG1 gives me a perfect boost for working all day right here in the studio. It helps keep me sharp with antioxidants, magnesium, and a natural form of B12. Also, a big plus, it actually tastes great. It's time to clean out that cabinet full of old mystery vitamins. Go to athleticgreens.com/Dollemore for your free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D, along with 5 free travel packs on your first purchase. Get your green on at athleticgreens.com/Dollemore. So let's get into this clip with Tucker Carlson and Kyle Rittenhouse. It is a remarkable display of an alternative narrative being spun here. That they're trying to portray Kyle Rittenhouse as a victim and that he is going to take down the mighty media and others who have wronged him and his team. Watch this.
So the question is, after a full year of watching these people lie in order to imprison a kid for the rest of his life, who's going to hold the liars accountable? Kyle Rittenhouse, understandably, has thought a lot about this. He joins us tonight to explain his plan going forward. Kyle, thanks so much for coming on tonight. I can't think of many people who've been at the receiving end of this much sinister lying from so-called news organizations as you have. How are you going to respond?
Well, Tucker, thank you for having me.
Of course.
Me and my team have decided to launch the Media Accountability Project as a tool to help fundraise and hold the media accountable for the lies they said and deal with them in court.
Interesting. So the idea is, maybe like the Covington Catholic kids, you will be suing news organizations that maliciously lie about people who are in the news? Is that the plan?
Yes, sir. We're going to be holding them accountable, Tucker.
Do you, I guess I have to ask a kind of a dumb question, but why isn't there a group like this that exists already, since the media so often are not observers, they're players, they're participants in the news? Why hasn't someone done this before?
That's a good question, Tucker, and I'm not sure, to be honest, but I don't want to see anybody else have to deal with what I went through, so I want to hold them accountable for what they did to me, because I don't want to see anybody have to go through what I went through.
Yeah, they tried to imprison you for the rest of your life. It wasn't coverage, it was advocacy. You have a lot of potential targets to sue yourself. Will you be suing any of these news organizations, and if so, when?
Well, right now we're looking at quite a few politicians, celebrities, athletes. Whoopi Goldberg's on the list. She called me a murderer after I was acquitted by a jury of my peers. She went on to still say that. And there's others. Don't forget about Sank from the Young Turks. He called me a murderer before verdict and continues to call me a murderer.
Interesting. And what about the people who called you groundlessly a white supremacist, which makes it pretty hard to get a job for the rest of your life if you're a white supremacist? Will you be responding to them?
Absolutely. We are going to hold everybody who's lied about me accountable, such as everybody who's lied, called me a white supremacist.
Yeah.
They're all going to be held accountable, and we're going to handle them in a courtroom.
Oh, come on, man. Luckily, Kyle Rittenhouse has a team of people who are smarter than him. It wouldn't be hard to compile a team of people smarter than Kyle Rittenhouse. But let's talk a little bit about the difference between a murderer and a killer. I've refrained always from calling him murderer until he was either acquitted or convicted. But Kyle Rittenhouse is a killer. He took the lives of innocent people that day in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And Tucker Carlson's beating the drum of this kid trying to imprison a kid. Kyle Rittenhouse is a man. Kyle Rittenhouse is a grown man. When I was his age, I was on active duty in the United States Marine Corps. Not a child, a man. And he is indeed a killer. He ended the lives of human beings on that day. So all of their hand-wringing and vengeance fairy tales that we're going to hold them accountable in court. I'm not going to handle it the way that I handled things in Kenosha with the gun. I'm going to handle it in court this time. Maybe the wisest thing that Kyle Rittenhouse has ever said or thought. Because cooler heads prevail, apparently, and he has people on his team that are indeed smarter than he. What do you think, though? I'd love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. I would absolutely love to hear from you. You can also follow me on social media. Yell at me there and tell me how wrong I am. I'm at Dollemore just about everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. It is a good time, or it's sometimes a good time. And if you appreciate what I do, if I bring you some value on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis, you can support my work, help produce what I do here by clicking the join button below this video, becoming a channel member, or going over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. Both those are great ways to support what I do here on YouTube. I know it's patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast, but it's absolutely supports what I do here on YouTube. Anyway, I love you guys. I will see you next time. Until I do, be genuine and take care of one another.